Greetings and salutation, our dear adventurers. It is I, Captain Christopher Hamilton, once again, doing another Captain's Vlog with the one and only Professor Jonas Richards. Say hello to the adventurers, Professor.
Good afternoon.
So, today we are going to talk about different subjects. Let's talk about contraflow. We have contraflow coming up. We'll be appearing
October 18th through 20th. The Doubletree in Kenner. It's a science fiction convention.
Why is it called contraflow?
Apparently it has something to do with automakars.
And flowing?
I don't understand anything in this festering sweat box.
But the weather is getting nicer though. I mean, it's actually starting to cool down. You should be appreciating that.
What you think of as cool is still hot. There's only 3 seasons here. Hurricane, bug, and not summer. That's it.
I got to put on a sweater the other day. It was delightful.
It was 78 degrees. He was wearing a parka.
It's chilly.
It wasn't.
So, what else do we have going on? We have the Makers Fair in Lafayette.
November 9th.
There'll be a lot of people that make stuff.
I'm just gonna let him roll.
It's called the Makers Fair because, you know, people make stuff, and apparently it's got a theme that is very much what we appreciate. So we'll be there. I believe the Confabulation of Gentry will be performing. Let's see, what else do we have going on, Professor?
Well, I don't know that we'll be there for sure, being that there are other functions that day, but I'm fairly certain that the rest of the steampunks in Louisiana will be at the Renaissance Fair on the 23rd of November.
Oh.
Unfortunately, the 23rd of November is also a rather sizable event in our lives.
Yes, it is. It's the 50th anniversary of something, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. It's something wibbly wobbly.
I wonder who it's for.
I can't put my finger on it. November 23rd.
We would like to congratulate the League of S.T.E.A.M for completing their Kickstarter for their 3rd season, which will be amazing. They've already won countless awards for their other 2 seasons, which you
Countless is such a messy word. Myriad. They've won a myriad of awards.
Myriad. So countless awards for their web series.
Camp subtitle, Myriad.
I don't even know how to spell that.
M-Y-R-I-A-D.
It's pretty easy, actually. So yes, so congratulations, and hopefully they'll be providing.
I'm fairly certain there's only one thing to say to them having completed their Kickstarter.
What? Oh, and we would also like to thank all our grand adventurers out there for helping us reach over 1,000 likes on our Book of Face page, League of Gears, Adventures League of Gears.
Just stop. Stop. We reached 1,000 likes on Facebook. And we had a very intricate methodology by which to pick a raffle winner. It took me days to put together. Weeks. It wasn't a dark board. And it was won by one Miss Madeline Howard, based right here in New Orleans. Let's give her a round of applause. Hamilton, clap. And she wins this.
Ooh.
The Automated Direction Assist Module, the Atom. Turns on and off. Sends Morse code. The Automated Direction Assist Module. And that'll be going out to Madeline just as soon as she sends us her mailing address and appropriate timeline information.
So you get that. Congratulations!
The Automated Direction Assist automated direction assist module. You're going to have to learn that. There's a much bigger one.
There's a bigger one?
Oh yes. The Atom Cross. Automated direction assist module corrected for regional operation and sustained service. Next topic.
All right, adventurers. Well, it's time once again for another crew interview. I believe we have Gustoph and Mehitabel. They have a mobile unit with them. They were sent off to record and find a location for us because we are planning this March. They head off to a far, far distant land very different from the location that we are normally at. A different type of environment.
We're going to Tucson. We're going to Tucson. It's not Bangkok. It's not Portugal.
It's not Ecuador.
It's not Ecuador. It's Tucson. The only difference is it's dry, which I am looking forward to.
So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to present that interview that I did with them at this time. Please enjoy. Let's see if this works. This is one of Professor Jonas Richard's new contraptions. I'm not completely sure how this works exactly, but we acquired it from his lab. So hopefully it works and doesn't blow us up in the process. We are trying to communicate with our forward scouts, Mehitabel and Gustoph, who we sent off to, Tucson, Arizona. But we're going to be going to an event there in March. It's supposed to be a spectacular event called the Wild Wild West Con. It's 3 days of fantastic steampunkery in a western town out in Tucson, which should be very exciting. A lot of exciting events. So we've sent them off ahead of time to help us kind of coordinate, to find a good spot for us to hopefully dock the airship Sky Shark, so that we don't get in trouble with the authorities or they find us. Let's see if we can... Gustoph, Mehitabel, are you there? Can you come in, please? Transmission of somebody walking through a very lush green... I might be mistaken, but I don't believe Tucson is supposed to be that green. It's more of a western, dry, deserty atmosphere. I unless there's been some type of accident. And the whole area became a rainforest. Let me see. Mehitabel, Gustoph, can you please come in? Yes. Why aren't you at Tucson? That doesn't look like Tucson. That looks like a very tropical rainforest with mountains and very green trees.
Hey, Cap. Well, we're supposed to be in Tucson.
This might be Tucson.
Looks a little desert-ish, right?
Oasis.
Yeah.
Should be in an oasis.
An oasis.
We're
That's
in
it.
an oasis.
An oasis. An oasis in Tucson. What we think happened was while I was taking a nap, Mehitabel maybe saw, what was it called?
A rose-breasted grosbeak.
A rose-breasted grosbeak decided to give it a little follow on its migratory path. they kind of seemed to have a better idea of where they were going than we did. Well, a nap later for me, and
I flew the plane.
she flew the plane. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So it's an oasis. Okay. I'm going to take your word for it. You both seem like very intelligent, well-educated, and knowledgeable scouts. So while we have you here, do you mind explaining to our adventurers out there how you met the Adventures League of Gears and why we brought you into our employment?
So we first met up with Gears when we were working as sky pirates for a,
Pirates.
let's say, an undisclosed company. And we went to pick up what we were supposed to transport and discovered it was a romp of river otters. And they wanted us to bring them to the south to hand them over to a mighty naughty fur dealer. And we couldn't do that.
No.
We couldn't do that. So we took the otters down to the Atchafalaya and released them out in Louisiana. And when we were down there, that's when we ran into Gears in New Orleans. And well, we couldn't go back to our employer because he wasn't happy with our otter generosity. So Gears was kind enough to take us on to be their scouts.
Seemed like a good fit. Well, I'm Gustoph. I'm the pilot of the Remora, and I have very basic mechanical skills, more or less just enough to barely keep the scout plane flying.
And I'm Mehitabel. I'm the navigator of sorts of the Remora, and I have even less mechanical skills, but I can tighten some screws here and there occasionally.
Okay. But there has been some question as to your certification, your ability to actually be forward scouts. Again, I must bring up the fact that your surroundings that you're currently at don't necessarily scream Tucson, Arizona. Maybe a nice South American tropical rainforest, perhaps, which is delightful. But there has been some concern on the ship about your legitimacy. So would you mind perhaps speaking on that a bit?
Yeah, sure, Captain. Completely professional scouts.
Totally professional.
Should ask around.
We have certificates.
Yeah, they're certificates. As soon as I find those, I will send those via carrier pigeon to you. It doesn't matter. It's pretty cool. When we find them, you'll see them. Great skills others don't possess. I can see over tall things maybe you couldn't see over, and
I can see under short things that maybe you don't want to bend over to look at.
yeah, we're assets.
Totally professional.
Assets to the team.
Very much so.
See you soon, Cap.
Well, fantastic. You keep up the great work, and hopefully you'll get back sometime relatively soon, and we can move forward in our adventures off to Tucson in the near future. Thank you very much for joining us, Gustoph and Mehitabel. Safe journeys to you.
Hamilton, that's not Tucson.
What is this?
I've been wearing this the entire time. Why are you dressed like some primped up dandy? It wasn't enough that you're hitting us in the face with the plumage.
Medora made this.
I'm done here.
Medora made this.
Sign off.
It's a wonderful addition to my repertoire.
Because he needed more things. I'm gonna have to have a conversation with her. Sign off. Do your spiel.
Oh. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for joining us for another Captain's Log with Captain Christopher Hamilton, your oh so handsome yet humble captain, and the ever loud, over the top, but yet enjoyable Professor Jonas Richards. And remember, we're the Adventures League of Gears. We behave poorly, so
you don't have to.